Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and Predator Badlands might be the 2025 movie I'm most looking forward to. Tickets are now on sale for the film releasing November 7th, and I am stoked to see director Dan Trachtenberg continue to expand this franchise after his amazing work in Prey and Predator Killer of Killers to now connect with the Alien universe with a whole bunch of Weyland-Yutani Easter eggs. And as we've been exploring on this channel with our Predator rewatch series with new rewatch breakdowns every weekend, this connection to Alien is a tradition that extends as far back to 1990. Predator 2. So I was honored to be able to talk with director Dan Trachtenberg about Predator Badlands back at San Diego Comic-Con in July, as well as the stars of the movie, Elle Fanning as the weyland-yutani synth Thia, and Dimitrius Schuster-Koloamatangi as the Yautja hunter Dek. I think it's my favorite interview I've ever done because I was able to get some insightful answers from these three, as I was apparently their first ever junket interview that they did for this film. So thank you so much to the full Predator Badlands team and the Disney marketing team for this opportunity. All right, enjoy this interview. Dan, Elle, Dimitrius, I'm super excited for this movie. I think it's gonna rock. The trailer looks a lot of fun, and I love what you've been doing with this franchise. If you don't mind, I want to start with just a very nerdy question, because New Rockstars goes into lore and Easter eggs and all that stuff. You've described Dek's culture as a Spartan in nature, and we know the Yautja has interacted with different species of Earth history throughout history, 1719, 1941. Can we assume that the Spartans of ancient Greece got their crazy culture from the Yautja visitors?
It's such a cool question. I cannot answer it. But it's really a very cool question.
Okay, so next movie, confirmed. Got it.
Confirmed here, right now.
Write it down. It's a scoop.
Yeah, no, I think definitely the implications of what we've been doing with the franchise is that is the Yautja have been traveling to Earth for a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Elle, we're learning a lot about synths and androids from weyland-yutani. And what I've loved about the history of the synths is that each synth has their own personality, their own kind of sass that they bring to it, for lack of a better word. For your synth, would you say that their personality is in defiance of the Mother Protocol, or is their own way of enacting the Mother Protocol? If it's too much of a spoiler, we can rephrase the question.
There might be some spoilers in there for me to say, but I will say that obviously, throughout Alien history of all the movies and all of the synths that we've gotten to see, I think each actor has really put their own flavor into each one. I loved Andy in Romulus, and Bishop is I think probably my favorite. So there's just I was happy to very excited to kind of join the other synths that have been able, the other actors who have been a synth, and Dan and I worked together to figure out who Thia is, because like you said, each one has their own flavor and personality. And I will say I think this is a synth like you've never seen a synth before in Thia, and it was exciting to kind of break the mold of what you think synths are.
Yeah.
So we worked hard at that.
Certainly
a lot of conversations.
Certainly has the most personality.
Yeah.
And I think in the trailer that is out now, you can see that she is broken in some ways, and that certainly impacts
her personality.
Yeah.
Interesting. So we could see it as almost like a glitch in the matrix of the mother. Maybe, we'll say.
Perhaps.
I know I should have a physical every year, but every year I put it off. Finding a doctor that is in my network can be such a hassle. The amount of time I've spent on automated phone trees only to wind up talking to a human whose solution is to put me into another phone tree is enough to make me just say, I don't need to see a doctor that bad after all. But then I finally had something go wrong with my foot, and I just could not ignore it, and I had to see a doctor. I had to find another way, and what I found was ZocDoc, today's video sponsor. ZocDoc makes it easy to find the right doctor for you fast, so that you can stop putting it off and finally cross that appointment off your list. ZocDoc is a free website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. From mental health to dentistry, eye care, skincare, and everything in between. And ZocDoc isn't just one type of doctor. They have more than 100,000 providers across nearly every specialty. It's the one-stop shop for all your healthcare needs, needs. Plus, it's completely free. My favorite part is that you can see the doctor's actual appointment openings, choose a time that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit without having to get on the phone. My back hurt, I didn't know why, and I was able to find a physical therapist who helped me out instantly. Plus, ZocDoc helps you get appointments fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, and you can even score same-day appointments. No need to call doctor's offices and wait on hold either. ZocDoc lets you do everything online. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments. Go to ZocDoc.com/newrockstars or click the link in the description to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Dimitrius, one thing that I love about this Predator is that every other Predator we've seen seems to have a huge headpiece, a lot of like wig covering. We don't get to see as much of the actor underneath, but with you, there's almost like a nakedness. There's just the braid that I could be wrong, but I'm interpreting as kind of like the runt initiate version of it. But can you talk about how that affects the way you're able to physically emote through the character? Like, were you able to make different choices than other Predator actors might have been able to make?
Yes, I think so. I think with this like character particularly, since being the protagonist, then you see him quite a lot more. Like he's able to, I guess, deliver a bit more emotion into Predator emotion. As much emotion as he can give. But yeah, I think it's really cool what Dan really set up with this film, because you see the Predator in just a whole new light. You instead of just seeing him as the dark, gloomy, villain that comes in at the end, you understand why that villain is actually, doing what he's doing. Like it's a part of a whole culture. There's a whole, they're not just killing for fun. This is like embedded in who they are and how their society works, and you get to see it through how it goes played.
Yeah, and certainly as a witness to both styles of making a Predator movie, we were so inhibited when we have the headpiece that's got a bunch of cogs and mechanics and electronic wires running through it, and to have Dimitrius driving the performance, that it was really, we saw Dimitrius do a really great read of some fake material that wasn't even from our movie, and then he did the stunt obstacle course, and the way he moved through it was incredible, and it was like he's definitely the guy, but I was not at all prepared for what he was delivering on set. It's incredibly intense, and the things that he does emotionally are nowhere to be found in any other part of the franchise, and pretty hard to find across science fiction movies in general when it comes to creature stuff. So it was really incredible to see him, and yeah, this is definitely a performance that we haven't been able to get when we have practical suits normally.
Yeah, I think like the shared code between the yautja culture and then like this kind of amoral code, literal computer code that we know Weyland-Yutani puts in all their hardware. Like, I'm just surprised at how well that seems to be working together. Can you guys speak to, is that something that you were trying to convey? Like, is there like a message there that like, maybe there's a disregard of human life that Weyland-Yutani approaches everything with that you could compare to the Predators having a different kind of code that also involves killing sometimes?
I mean, it's a phenomenal question. I don't, to speak to that too much would be to say too much about what the movie does, where it goes, but it's incredibly insightful. Okay. And definitely there was an intention in not having any humans in the movie, that it really wanted to be a story for me about a monster and a robot, but it to still be saying something and about humanity and things that we all think about and deal with. But there is certainly something that makes them very different from each other, and also that makes them alike.
Interesting. And one thing that seems to be a shared challenge for both of you is learning this new language. That I've researched that you brought in the mentee of the person who created, the linguist who created the Na'vi language in the Avatar films. Between the two of you, did you guys have some kind of shared homework or shared challenges in having to learn this language?
Dimitrius really had it. I mean, every day he would be learning Yautja, and then sometimes the lines would be changing, and then he'd get sent Yautja like that morning. He's like, all right, Like, yeah, you are fluid in Yautja.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Can you give all your answers in Yautja
Actually,
from
my
your
first
forward?
language.
Yes. I got to speak it a little bit.
Okay.
Yes.
I was
Yautja 100%
Yautja.
all day long, which was very interesting acting-wise for both of us. You know, you obviously knew the lines that you were saying, like the intention, but it's in this other language. So I kind of had to memorize his Yautja lines as well to know what he was saying back to me. So I'm speaking in English back to you, but the emotion that was there.
It's quite like new territory.
It was a real acting challenge, honestly.
Got in a good flow near the end.
We did.
I feel like, Elle was like starting to understand the Yautja.
There would be some things that I'd be like, whatever, like, oh yeah, I got that. Like, I know what that one means.
It actually is kind of a beautiful thing that, like, because even me, I didn't study it as much because I was burdening them with it. But even to direct the scene, not based on what I know the words are, but based on what the musicality of it, what the emotion is, like reacting to Dimitrius's emotion, and I think Elle too delivering a performance, responding to the emotion that Dimitrius is delivering, as opposed to just the actual nouns, adjectives, verbs. You know, it's just in general, like the fact that you can convey feeling through the meaning behind the word rather than the word itself is kind of a cool thing to witness working on the movie that has this weird parameter in it. But Britton Watkins is the guy who developed the language, both written and verbal, and I cannot believe what I asked them to do and feel guilty about, and what they both did was really incredible. So, yeah.
So this has been a wonderful conversation. Thank you, Dan, Elle, and Dimitrius for answering some very nerdy questions about Predator Badlands, which is going to be in theaters November 7th. And thanks again. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Dude,
you.
thank you.
Yeah. That was my interview with the cast and crew of Predator Badlands. Thanks again to Disney Marketing and the Predator Badlands team for allowing me this opportunity. Tickets are on sale for Predator Badlands. You can see this movie in theaters on November 7th. Subscribe to all the channels in the New Rockstars network, including our new channel, The Witching Hour. And thanks to Frederick Price for supporting us at the executive producer level. Follow me at EA Voss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.